To the meeting, the workshop meeting, Central Valley School Board. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
United States of America. It's a republic for one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Yep. Sam, can we do?
Here.
Mr. Ambrose,
Here.
Ms. Belcastro,
Here.
Senzo,
Here.
Mr. McDonald,
Here.
Moad,
Here.
Mr. O'Neill,
Here.
Mr. Ross,
Here.
and Mr. Bloom.
Here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Elko.
Yes, the board held an executive session immediately prior to tonight's meeting to discuss personnel matters and to receive information. Thank you.
Also, you don't mind.
We do this now or before.
Either one. You can do, we can wait. Okay. Yes, I want to take a moment to recognize the Board of Education. January, if you don't know, is Board Appreciation Month. And, on behalf of our staff, our school community, I want to thank our board members for the time that you put in. It's a thankless job at times. The pay's not real great, but you do a great service for the community and for the students and staff at Central Valley, and we appreciate everything you do. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, public comments and agenda items only. Any public comments?
There's going to be no public comment. We don't need to read that. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll move on to minutes. We'll be looking to approve the voting session minutes from December 5th, 2024. And number 2, to approve the voting session minutes from December 18th, 2024. If you're on a treasury report, Mr. O'Neill.
We're going to be looking to pay the following bills and reports submitted for approval. Under paid bills, number 1, to confirm the December 2024 general fund payments in the amount of $1,206,201.20. Number 2, to confirm the December 2024 cafeteria fund payments in the amount of $65,587.81. And number 3, to confirm the December 2024 construction fund payments in the amount of $0. Under reports, we have to approve the November 2024 Berkheimer report and approve the December 2024 Berkheimer report.
Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. We're on agenda items, board policy items. We're looking to get a motion to ratify a settlement agreement with student number 11624 per the terms and conditions subject to review and approval of the solicitor. Number 2, to appoint as a representative and as the alternate to the Beaver County Career and Technology Center's Joint Operating Committee. These are three-year terms and will expire on December 31st, 2027. So that point, I'm going to stay on as a representative, and Mr. Ambrose will be the alternate. Number 3, to approve Smile Dental to provide preventive and/or restorative dental services for students as per terms of the agreement and at no cost to the district pending approval of the final contract language by the solicitor. Number 4, to approve revised 2024-2025 Central Valley School calendar. Negotiations items, Mr. McDonald.
We have nothing to report at the time.
Thank you, sir. Education items, Ms. Belcastro.
To approve and confirm the release time, staff development requests. At the chart in the first column, it's the conference and the location. In the middle column is those individuals who will be attending. In the third column, it will be the dates for attending.
Technology, Mr. Moad.
No items to report this month.
Thank you, Mr. Moad. Athletics, Mr. Ross.
1, to approve the following conditioning programs to run excuse me, January 9th through March 1st, 2025 at a rate of $10 per hour up to 60 total hours. The 5 coaches are listed on the right. on the left and the sport is listed on the right. 2, to approve the Central Valley Middle School swim team to practice at Beaver Area High School pool this spring at a rate of $50 an hour for the purpose of practices pending approval by the Beaver Area Board of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. Extracurricular, Mrs. DeCenzo.
It's just an FYI for field trips, and there's 3 columns: destination, group purpose, and date.
Thank you. Building and grounds, Mr. Annaline.
To approve and confirm the following building usage requests. The buildings there on the left, the organization requesting it's next, and the dates and the purpose there on the right.
Thank you. Personnel, Mr. O'Neill.
Number 1, to approve additions to the 2024-2025 substitute list pending receipt, review, and acceptance of all clearances. Number 2, to approve additions to the 2024-2025 ABC Fry Transportation Bus Driver Aid list pending receipt, review, and acceptance of all clearances. Number 3, to approve Audrey Timchuk as a professional at a rate of $18 per hour in accordance with the CVSD agreement pending receipt, review, and acceptance of all clearances effective December 16, 2024. Number 4, to approve the retirement of Beth Smith, paraprofessional, effective February 21, 2025. Number 5, to approve the resignation of Sherry Pfeiffer, building monitor, effective December 5, 2024. Number 6, to approve Susan Arsenovich as a cafeteria general worker at the rate of $15.95 per hour in accordance with the CVESP agreement effective January 2, 2025, pending receipt, review, and acceptance of all clearances. To approve Caitlin Bickerstaff as a building monitor at the rate of $10 per hour effective January 13, 2025, pending receipt, review, and acceptance of all clearances. Number 8, to approve the resignation of Jack O'Neill, custodian, effective January 30, 2025. And number 9, to approve the resignation of Mark Grader, maintenance, effective January 8, 2025.
Thank you, Mr. O'Neill.
I anticipate that there'll be additions to the agenda for next.
Finance items, Mr. Ambrose.
To approve the adoption of the preliminary general fund budget for the 2025-2026 school year, which includes revenues of $46,210,175 and expenditures of $47,489,915. And number 2, to approve an audit proposal from Seifert and Seifert for auditing services for the years ending June 30th, 2025, 2026, and 2027.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose. Now we'll move on to our staff. High school,
Public comments first.
public comments first. Okay, public comments first. Any comments from the public?
Agenda items?
Agenda items? None, seeing none. In high school, Mr. Verkovican.
Good evening. At the high school on December 9th, the FBLA Regional Conference was held at Robert Morris University, and we had over 50 students qualify for the state event that'll take place later in April in Hershey. Following that, on December 10th, we had the 6th through 12th grade chorus concert, and on the 17th, the same thing, the 6th through grade band concert took place. We want to thank Miss Stamp and Miss Lewis for all the hard work that they put in to provide a really nice evening for our families. It was very well attended. Coming back from break, we just started our winter Keystone exams on Tuesday, and we'll wrap things up on Friday. And our finals will be given next week, and we'll conclude our first semester. So we're halfway home. Are there any questions? Thanks.
Verkovican. Middle school, Ms. Hicks.
It's been a busy month and a half at the middle school. The eighth grade took their field trip to the Carnegie Museum of History in December, and our sixth grade has a field trip coming up to Dr. Kaboom. It's a science and theater show at the Byam this January. We took our winter maps right before Christmas break, so now our teachers are looking at the data, analyzing it for our flexible grouping. Before the holiday break, our middle school and high school art students decorated the storefronts in downtown Monaca. So we'd like to thank Ms. Kelly and Ms. Lombardi, who took some of the middle school and high school students to work on those storefronts. They were amazing. We had our Warrior Games before Christmas break, in which all the students come to the gym and perform in different relay races and activities, minute to win it style games. They had fun with that. We also had our chorus and band concerts combined with the high school. So we would like to thank Mrs. Damp, Mrs. Patterson, and Mrs. Lewis for investing in our music program and putting on a great concert for our students in grades 6 through 12. We had a couple of fundraisers as well. Our middle schoolers sold candy cane grams through the student council, and they raised $400 for the Wicked Warriors Special Olympics Polar Plunge coming up. And then we had our Winter Wonderland dance, in which we have a court that helps to raise money. The court this year raised $5,686.64. They just keep increasing it every year. And the total amount raised from the dance was $9,128.39. And all of that money goes to our CV food pantry just to help families here within our community. So our students were very generous. The community was very generous. We thank everyone who puts their effort into that. And then finally, we have our Plans for Success conferences on Monday, January 20th, where we can meet with families to get students back on track who may be struggling behaviorally, socially, emotionally, or academically. Questions? Right.
Very much. Todd Lane, Ms. Farragotti.
We started the new year full steam ahead. This week, we had our MAPS assessments. We just finished up. So we'll be using that data during our in-service meeting to determine like the student growth, achievement, and also determine if students need enrichment or remediation. Also this week, we did our school-wide positive behavior expectations review. We do a mid-year review. So we reviewed with the kids yesterday and today, and we ended with a school-wide Kahoot, which the kids love. They love competing against everyone in the building, and they got an opportunity to win a prize. Also, just so you know, tomorrow is our choral concert and our band concert here at the high school and is at 7 o'clock. Thank you.
Special Ed, Mrs. Park.
Good evening. On the gifted front, we have some middle school students going to a coding competition next week, I believe. For special education, we're still looking for plungers. That's on January 25th. So if any community members, staff, board members want to join our team, are more than welcome. I have not heard that, but that sounds like a good place. Yes, that's pretty much all we have going on here.
Thank you very much.
Actually, I'm going to add one more plug. Could use paraprofessionals. So if anybody knows anybody ready and willing to work, please send them directly to me.
Dry Miller.
This month, we're preparing for our two Act 80 days, two professional development days on January 13th and 20th. I'm working to finalize some specs and orders for one of the recent safety and security grants we were awarded back in the fall. And then my department and I will be beginning our preparation for online PSSAs at both Todd Lane and the middle school this year. Last year, we just did the middle school. I thought it was pretty successful. We are also attending some cybersecurity training this month hosted by the BVIU. And then we are still continuing curriculum work with various departments and teams.
Thank you. Athletics, Mr. Saccone.
All right, winter sports obviously are in full swing. Boys and girls basketball, swimming and diving, gymnastics, wrestling. Today started our unified bocce match. We hosted New Brighton today, and won both games, and they'll continue their season here through March. And finally, our CV competitive cheerleading squad placed second in the WPIALs over the weekend and have qualified for the state championship on January 30th through the 31st. They moved it from Hershey, correct? Reading, PA. You know why they did that? Double booked. Hershey Arena was double booked, so. That. You.
Superintendent's comments, Dr. Perry.
I just want to reiterate from the board agenda item that the district calendar has changed. That January 20th will be a District Act 80 day. January 13th always was a District Act 80 day. That's not changing. So both of those days, staff will be here, but students will not. I also want to echo Mrs. Park's comment about needing paraprofessionals. We do have openings in the cafeteria as well. We have some custodial openings. So if you know anybody that's looking for some work, decent wage and good benefits, that we have, opportunities out there. So, check the district website for how to apply, and we're always looking for good people. That's it.
Board members' comments.
Just a quick update from the superintendent search committee. Received a number of applicants, be meeting schedule the first of at least 3 rounds of interviews here in the next week or so to begin the process. And we're working on moving forward with that.
Thank you. Anyone else? Entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Moed, Mr. Castro. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you.
It is from